All right, so here's a house I'm considering buying. This is in the greater Charlotte area, about 30 minutes to Charlotte. It's $80,000. The house is about 100 years old, and it's old and needs work. So for $80,000, it's hard to find anything really even close to this price range, or anything livable at all. So just when you're at the front door, you can kind of see, the siding needs work. It's old siding. The window over here is dried and cracked, but so someone's definitely been squatting in this place. It was open when I found it. So you walk in through the front door. On your right side you have a bedroom, and on your left side you have a bedroom. It's a 2-bed, 1-bath. So, excuse me. So here's bedroom number 1. And here you can kind of see some of the issues as to why the house is cheaper. I mean, I think 80,000 is asking a lot considering what's going on in here. So it's like I said, it's a 100-year-old house. What they ripped off of here was old plasterboard. Here you can see the inside of plasterboard. And then here's the exterior sheathing of the house. On the other side of that, there's a, like a foam membrane, and then your vinyl siding goes on top of that. So, here's what it looks like. You have your boards, and then you have your plaster on top that ends up going through like that when you plasterboarded it back in the day. There's a little bit of fibers in there to kind of keep cohesion. But the reason all this was tore up is because there was termite damage, and we'll kind of look at some of that. So over here in one of the main corner support columns, you can kind of see unfortunately some pretty significant termite damage. At one point there was also rats in here. There's another rat nest. And then you can also see right here is snake skin. So there's a snake in the wall trying to eat the rats, or the baby rats, or whatever, or mice, whatever it is. But very old wood floors in here. And as we get over here, we see another kind of termite rotted support beam. Corner is not that it's bad, but I mean, this one's pretty rotted, as you can see. I don't want to destroy it. It's not really mine to, but I don't think I'm doing any harm at this point. But I like this because you got beautiful, I believe these are 10-foot tall ceilings. Or 9 or 10 feet tall. So as we walk through, here's the main entry again, front door. Here's bedroom number 2 with the old wood floors. So even these floors have some termite damage. Right here you can see it's a little soft. I won't break it up, but that's all termite damage. But tall ceiling, nice big room, plasterboard wall. I mean, the walls need work. Some of the wood flooring here has been replaced. Just putting some weight on it, trying to see. So here's bedroom number 2, bedroom number 1, the entryway. The AC is 3 years old. It works. The heat works. I checked that. I checked the plumbing in the toilet. It works. The sink would definitely need to get replaced. Shower maybe would get replaced. Everything in here would just get painted, clean, painted. The toilet flushed. I turned the water off because that's how it was when I found it. I think that plumbing needs a little bit of work. So here's from the bathroom. So we got our entry, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bathroom. Then we're coming into the living room kitchen area. So I kind of like this. It's kind of big and open and kind of my lifestyle. I'd probably turn this. First of all, same deal with the floor before I get into any of this. And here it's kind of wet. I won't really destroy this because it's not mine to, but you know, you can see. Definitely some real big termite damage going on. Someone just put, you know, fake wood flooring on top of the old rotting wood. It's probably a rental. Someone's biked or squatting. You got a vape here. But what I would do with this space, as I sink through the floor, is, you know, depends on whether I'd gut all the floors or not. I probably would come in here, rip out all the flooring, try to fix any of the joists going across the floor, put sister joists or just replace joists altogether. Hope the walls and structures are okay. The walls and foundations were strong enough to hold up, and then paint everything. But as far as this living area, I'd probably redo the countertop and put like an island bar right here, kind of separating the two areas, a little island bar. Maybe with some stools or something, but then maybe put a couch, a big L couch, like a living room table, coffee table, and then a TV. So it's kind of like just a big living kitchen space area. You can see the old plasterboard or shiplap board across here. This flooring's the same way. This is just kind of a piece of vinyl flooring over, you know, old wood floors, same deal. Under my feet. See that? And then this would be a laundry room area. But that's kind of the house, on the inside anyway. My girlfriend didn't like the place. She said it was gross. But unfortunately, anything that doesn't need work, even a two bedroom, 1 bath, 900 square foot like this, the minimum you're going to be able to find it for is like $150,000, $160,000. And as far as for me, I kind of like the old heavy duty baseboards, and I really like the tall ceilings. Is this place perfect? Hell no. You know, do I think it could be updated and comfortable to live in? Yes. I don't know how much money it would cost to do that though, because replacing all the floors would be one thing. Floors and subfloors would be one thing. If you start needing structural joists and things like that, your price goes up a hell of a lot. Like, I'd like to be all in for $100,000. So if I bought it asking at 80, I'd like put 20 in fixing it up, and hopefully that would do it. So some bags maybe from the squatter. I found a pill on the floor. This guy says, I think it says P75. I looked it up on my phone. I think it's a back medication. But between that pill, a cigarette butt, that pill and the razor, it makes me think someone has an opioid addiction, maybe. Some bedding in here. There was a blanket in the other room. But I don't know. I'm really torn, especially, it's currently it is May 9th, 2021. And the housing markets are absolutely crazy, so. What would you guys do? I mean, it's got some damage to it. I mean, like, there's no denying it. I mean, this room, if you could get away with only, you know, replacing that support column, you know, maybe you put a sister column in here. I mean, I'm not a structural engineer, but I kind of have a general idea of what they do. Then maybe you come 8 feet up, remove all the plasterboard, you know, cut it out, and then just come up to there with regular sheetrock and, you know, tie it in and paint it. Maybe that's what you do for this room. And, you know, are the floors in here good? No. I mean, I wouldn't call them good. What would you guys do? Let me know. Do you just wait it out? Do you keep renting for another year or two, waiting for the housing market to drop down? I've been looking at houses for a year, and I've missed a few ones that probably were livable and reasonably priced. What do you do? I'll kind of show you guys the outside real quick, kind of talk about what I see, think and see. Turn all these lights off. So walking around outside, let's see what we got. Looking at these windows, some of them definitely gonna have termite and dry rot damage. They're old. It's a 100-year-old house, so it's not a continuous footing and built like that. It's built on, you know, these are brick columns, and in between are concrete blocks. That's why you see that cracking and separation. These are a brick column right here, and then concrete blocks, and then over the top of everything, someone puts stucco. You can see kind of through it. It's another support column where the cracks are. Concrete block, again, cracking and separation. Not really great. Another column, corner column. So there's our electrical panel. I checked that out before. It is a 200 amp panel. Kind of older. So here's another brick column. There's your crawl space. I won't go real deep in here, but you know, I'll go to the outside of this, but you can see kind of the right over here, some of the concrete blocks are really loose and popping out. Yeah, I think it's your water heater, some PEX piping. That's probably for the sink right here in the kitchen. AC ducts. Right here, there's a bug bomb or something. So, I don't know if they were trying to kill cockroaches, termites, whatever. I picked that vapor berry up. It's definitely wet underneath. Not soaking wet, but wet. 3-year-old AC unit. Here's what I'm talking about with that block. You don't want your block on your house to be doing this. You don't want your wall to be doing this. You know, that's, I don't know in an older house like this if that would be considered structural or cosmetic, but you have your brick support column, concrete block, the block's coming out. You know, you need to replace some siding here. Same thing, support column, bricks coming out. I don't know what this is or was. Support column. This brick's a little loose. It's like they got lazy and just stuck it over brick or something. Another support column. See how it's cracked on both sides here. Stuccoed brick. Here you can see some termite damage for sure. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Come on. So it makes me think floors would need to be ripped out. Not only the floors, but some of the supporting joists. Back door. Look at what we can see in this one. So here's where I looked. There's a little wet under there. It's probably typical for around here. Some of the ways they're supporting this stuff is not really, it's not really kosher. It's stacked block with wood shimmed in there to kind of support it. So, you know, they just look like very old floor joists. I got a free chair down here if you want that. And then the last thing that looked kind of weird to me was, I guess this is just an exhaust chimney. It's not really a chimney, but I don't like that separation. Not really at all. So the property is 0.35 acres. You know, the property line's kind of here going down, and then it goes maybe 0.2 acres boxed in there. I could come in there with a chainsaw, clear cut all this, leave the big nice tree, maybe one or two other ones, and just kind of have a 2 acre yard that way. And then here's some of the stuff I guess that the squatters were using, mattresses and couches and such. And then, you know, here's the street. It's kind of at the end of the street by itself. So the property line again is at the edge of that gravel. Be cool if you could buy that lot right next door. Kind of just increase the space, but it was an old house right here. It was boarded up in the Google images. You could see it boarded up. They tore that down, and then this house was on the market about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. They're repairing it, but man, that one needed a lot of work too. But at least someone's putting money in. I would say it's probably a poor neighborhood, but man, I don't need a wealthy neighborhood. I need a place to live that's mine. I have not been in the attic, so as far as termite damage goes, could be bad up there. You know, the roof doesn't look terrible, but until you get up there, you don't really know. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. And problem is with stuff like this is this one's been on the market about 5 days, but typically livable homes, they sell within a day, maybe a day and a half. So they're asking $80,000. No one's bought it in 5 days. Why? Termite damage. Bowing foundation. Here you can see this brick support column, and you got your concrete